This meeting is being recorded.
So, welcome, my dear students. Welcome to 7th B class also in this period. And I hope that you will also give good answers and participate in discussion. So, as you have told that you have also read this chapter, Tiger in the House. And now we are going to start the discussion of question answers on page number 65. So here it is page number 65. After discussing these, you can say this part, which is discuss the following topics in groups. Okay, then we will come up to page number 64 as you people have said. Okay, so let us start with the discussion. So, first question, yesterday we have done shoot animals with the camera, not with the gun. So this we have discussed, yes. Who will speak? Now, who will speak? Okay, let me see from 7th B class today. Himanshi, yes, you can speak. Himanshi.
All animals are beautiful creators. They are as much a part of nature as humans are. We all were equally created by the God. We have no right to kill or harm them. We must shoot animals with a camera, not with a gun. We should take their photographs and preserve them. We must treat them lovingly and kindly.
Yes. So any other student who want to speak? Yes. Ayushi, you can also, as we have discussed this question yesterday. Yes, you can speak, Ayushi.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, yes. Arshia, yes, you can.
Yes, ma'am. Wild animals are very important creatures. They are very important. They are the keepers of the balance of nature and environment. And we also know that some species are feared to be extinct. So it is rightly said that animals should be with a camera, not with a gun. Wildlife photography is quite popular, but it can be made more popular, and strict laws should be made against those people who kill animals illegally.
Ultimately, what it means that shoot animals with the camera, not with the gun. So it means that we as human beings, if we are at the top of all the creations, it means that if God has provided us with the capability to think, so we don't have any right to curtail the freedom of other animals. We don't have right to kill them and to bring an end to their life. As animals, they also are living creatures. They have their feelings as well as heart. So whenever we are shooting an animal with a gun, it means that we are bringing an end to one's life. So nobody has given us the right to bring an end to somebody's life, because as human beings, we must be filled with kindness. We must be filled with pity for other animals. And if we are doing so, it means that we are you can say we are taking the right to live from somebody else. Okay, animals, if they are put in cages, okay, they lose their freedom. In this chapter also we have studied that the tiger Timothy, when it was put in a cage, he was not feeling happy. He has turned out to be bad tempered, and moreover, when the leopard in the nearby cage is disturbing him again and again, and it is just because of this reason he was giving a, you can say, horrible look to the leopard. So ultimately, grandfather, who was a great lover of animals, he has immediately noticed that this tiger Timothy is turned bad tempered because of the leopard in the adjoining cage. So animals, they are of course beautiful creatures, and ultimately we should not shoot them with you can say gun to bring an end to their life, but we must love their beauty. Okay, we must you can say we must keep their beauty live in our cameras. Okay, we should keep them in camera so that we can appreciate their beauty. Like snakes, they are also killed for their skin. Elephants for their tusk, leopards also, and tigers for their skin. And so many things are, you can say, so many things are sold, made by the skin as well as other body parts of animals. This is of course a sin if you are killing an animal, and one should be afraid of the, you can say, afraid of doing this kind of sin, as all the creatures on this earth, they have the right to live. And this is, but of course, is applicable to here, that we as human beings, we should not shoot animals with gun but with only camera. So is it clear, this answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, fine. So next is, keeping pets help us become more loving and tolerant. It also helps us respect life in any form. Do you agree with this statement? Yes. What do you think? That do you agree with this statement? Yes. Keeping pets helps us become more loving and tolerant. Is it true? Who will speak? Yes. Shreya, can you speak, beta? Yes, Shreya, can you speak? She's not able.
Can I?
Yes. Okay, speak. Very good. Speak.
Yes, ma'am. Since times people have been keeping pets and they are very lovely creatures. They they not only need our love and care, but they also return it to us. So pets help us become more loving and tolerant. We also develop the quality of tolerance when we keep pets, and we also learn to respect life in any form. And they also prove to be very sincere and faithful companions, and we can also learn a lot by keeping pets.
Yes. So, yes, but let me tell you, dear students, that these questions, they are in the long form. Okay, long form means 4 marks mostly you will get. Thing is that you will add an example of the chapter here also, right? So there is no doubt that keeping pets at home, human beings turn out to be loving and tolerant, and only those human beings keep pets who are loving towards animals. Okay, because human beings have relations, but animals, they don't have any kind of relations. Okay, they don't have any relations. Okay, they have relations, but they don't have the sense how to, you can say, how to develop these relations. But human beings, when they develop a relation with any animal, they understand the necessities of these animals, they understand the needs of these animals also. So in order to fulfill these needs of animals, they turn out to be loving towards these creatures. They know that these animals, they also require food, shelter. Okay, so Shreya, I will give you time afterwards, just a moment. Okay, so they also need food, shelter, and ultimately whenever they are getting, you can say, if they are falling ill, they also need medicines. In this chapter, okay, always give a context to the chapter. In this chapter, you can say Timothy was, you can say, was brought home by grandfather. He thought that this animal is all alone, as he has found him alone in the intricate roots of banyan tree in Terai jungle, okay, near Dehra. So he thought that this animal needs some care, because otherwise, if he would not have brought this animal, maybe the tiger cub would have been dead. And he was feeding him with, you can say, with small bottle, and Mahmood was also taking care of this animal, and this animal turned out to be very loving in the family. Okay, but because this animal is not meant to be tamed, it is only for this reason that he was sent to zoo. So this was again understanding of need of this animal. And moreover, you know that when this animal was at home, they were just tolerating sometimes the horrible as well as ferocious nature of this animal. So what it means, that when human beings, they tame animals, they keep animals at home, they turn out to be very loving and tolerant. They themselves develop the qualities of being tolerant. They understand that sometimes they also have to understand the nature of these animals. So taming animals bring a great change in the lives of human beings. Okay, now, and they start respecting life. So if anybody is trying to harm that animal, they will definitely stand up against that human being, that he does not have the right, okay, to harm, or to, you can say, to harm this animal. So it means that they turn out to be responsible also. Okay, so keeping pets is, of course, making a person responsible. Okay, right? Shreya, you want to say something as you have raised up your hand earlier, or it's fine?
Yes, ma'am. I can say something. Ma'am, मैं answer second बता दूँ?
आपको?
Ma'am, can I speak answer second?
Second we have done. You want to speak the next answer, third one?
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can speak this answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Third one.
Yes, this organization.
Have you
Yes,
heard
this
of?
organization.
Okay. Yes, yes, you can speak. Very good. Third is, 1 minute, let me speak the question. Have you heard of Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, SPCA, and what do they do? Yes, you can speak. Very good.
Yes, this organization SPCA is animal friendly. It aims at protecting the animals, even tigers and cobras, from needless cruelty and killing.
Yes. So ultimately, this is an organization meant for cruelty against animals. They take care of the animals who are stray dogs also, and other you can say human beings who are violating their right to live. Okay. So this is just, you can say, a bit of discussion only for this question. Okay. So the main are the first two ones, right? So now coming up to
मैम ये
page
थर्ड वाला पेयर कॉपी में करना है?
third one, yes, write few lines about it. Okay, just find some more information and you can write it on your own. Okay, this is your, you can say, creativity. Clear?
Yes.
Now coming up to this part, now page number 64, grandmother's prophecy was that the tiger. What was the prophecy? Yes, I have. Just unmute yourselves. Don't mute yourself again and again. Now 7th B class, you can tell. What was the prophecy? That the tiger.
Third.
What?
Third option.
Third option.
option.
One day make a meal of Mahmood. Right, absolutely right. Next is, when Timothy was about 6 months old, a change came over him. What was the change that came over him? Yes, Arshia?
He grew less friendly.
Timothy grew less friendly, in fact, more dangerous.
Yes, he has turned out to be less friendly, in fact, more dangerous. Right, very good. Next, true and false. Timothy and grandfather went to Lucknow in a special compartment. True or false?
True.
Okay. Next, compartment in which grandfather and Timothy moved had no other passenger.
True.
True.
First is not true, false hai. Okay, special
False.
compartment nahi tha, it was first class compartment. Next, third, Timothy and grandfather traveled to a first class compartment. Yes, Suhana?
True.
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 Okay, all passengers in the compartment thought that Timothy was a well-fed and civilized tiger. Yes, Suhana? What?
False.
False, because there was no passenger in it. Okay. Right, next. Fourth one, grandfather suggested that Timothy should be put in another cage. What was the reason?
A leopard in the next stage would constantly rush at Timothy.
Would constantly rush at Timothy, was disturbing him. Next, the tiger was still licking his arm and with increasing relish. What it means?
Smelled fresh food.
Yes?
Fresh food. Smelled fresh food.
No, it's not smelled fresh food. Okay, with increasing relish, I think it is recognized. He has recognized an old friend. Okay, I'm not satisfied because grandfather has not brought any kind of, you can say, food for Timothy. So wherever it is written, I think it is wrong. Okay, next one is, answer the following questions on the next page. Let us see. Here it is. Where was the tiger cub hiding when grandfather found him? Where was the tiger hiding when grandfather found him?
The tiger cub was hiding in the intricate roots of the banyan tree when grandfather found him there.
Okay, intricate roots of banyan tree. You can also mention the
In
place.
Terai jungle.
Terai jungle near Dehra. In Terai jungle near Dehra, you can also mention. Clear now? Next. Next is, what did Toto do to entertain Timothy? What did Toto do?
He used to pull Timothy by the tail.
He would
He used to pull Timothy by the tail.
Yes, he would pull Timothy by his tail and would climb on the curtains in order to entertain him. And what did he do when Timothy lost his temper? The same answer.
If lost his
Climbed up
temper,
the curtain.
put up the curtain.
Yes, he would climb the curtains in order to protect himself from anger of Timothy, as he is teasing him a lot and Timothy was losing his temper. Okay, good. Next is, I became one of the tiger's favorites. Who is I in this statement? Who is I in this statement?
Narrator.
Narrator.
It is the narrator. Who is the narrator here?
Ruskin Bond.
Narrator?
Ruskin Bond.
Very good. Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is the name of the narrator in this chapter. And why did he think so? Why he was thinking that he has turned out to be the favorite?
He became tiger's favorite because the tiger's favorite amusement was to stalk anyone who would play with him.
Because tiger's favorite amusement was to stalk with anyone who would play with him. And Ruskin Bond, as a young boy, what he was doing, he is always stalking the tiger. Okay, and then he would put his hand over his paw in order to entertain him, right? So good. I thought that you have understood the chapter well. Very good. Good. Keep it up. Next question is, where was Timothy most comfortable during the day and where was he during the night? Where was he most comfortable during the day?
During day, he enjoyed wrestling on the sofa, and during night, he slept in the cook's room.
Yes. So during the daytime, he would like to, you can say, recline on sofa. What is the meaning of recline? What is the meaning of recline on sofa? Who will tell me? Shreya, yes?
Ma'am, in the sleeping posture.
Sleeping posture, half standing and half lying posture. Okay, right? So he would love to recline on the sofa in the drawing room, in the living room, and at night he was most comfortable in the room of the cook, that is along with Mahmood. Okay, he was enjoying his nights there. So next is, what was grandmother's prophecy about the cook and did it come true? Now Himanshi can
Grandmother's.
Himanshi, let me listen from Himanshi. He's raising hand for
Seeing the change in Timothy's behavior, grandmother feared that one day Timothy might get brilliant and kill and eat up Muhammad the cook. He feared, and her prophecy did not come true.
Right, absolutely right. So grandmother, who was very vigilant towards the actions of Timothy, she made a prophecy, or she observed the behavior of tiger, who was turning less friendly and more dangerous. So what statement she has made? She has made a prophecy that one day this tiger, he would make meal of Mahmood the cook, and they would only find his clothes and shoes but nothing else. But luckily this prophecy did not come true, as before this could happen, what did they do? They shifted Timothy to the zoo. Okay, what they have done? They have shifted Timothy to zoo. Next. What made grandfather decide to transfer Timothy to the zoo? What made grandfather decide? Yes, Lakshya, you can speak this answer.
Yes, ma'am. Timothy, with every passing day, was becoming more dangerous. Very often, he would steal away to stalk cats and dogs. But when he started stalking the cook, grandfather decided to transfer the Timothy to the zoo.
So ultimately, what has happened that he has decided to shift Timothy to the zoo because he was turning less friendly and more dangerous. Okay, he was always talking at Mahmoud with horrible eyes, and even grandmother, she has made the prophecy that one day this, you can say, this tiger would make meal of Timothy, and they would not find any sign of the cook, and they would only find his shoes. So he even observed tiger, and he has also observed that he is turning dangerous. So finally what he has decided to shift this tiger to the zoo. Clear now?
Yes.
Right? Next. Okay. So why did grandfather want Timothy to be put in another enclosure? Why he thought to put Timothy in another enclosure?
Grandfather wanted Timothy to be put in another enclosure because a leopard next to its cage constantly rushes at the Timothy. Also, the leopard disturbed the Timothy a lot.
Yes, this is absolutely right answer. Very good. Very good. So what happened that because the leopard in the adjoining cage, what he was sorry, leopard in the adjoining cage constantly rushed at Timothy and was disturbing him. And as Timothy did not like this kind of disturbance, so what he wanted, he was even looking with horrible eyes at the leopard. And it is just because of this reason, because grandfather knew Timothy's nature very well. He knew that this leopard is disturbing him, and it is just because of this reason what happened that he was demanding to shift Timothy to some other enclosure or cage, that he must be transferred to some other cage or enclosure. Right, very good. So what shocked grandfather in the end? What shocked grandfather in the end?
Grandfather was shocked to hear from the keeper that Timothy was dead 2 months ago, and the tiger he was scaring was very dangerous.
Very good. Absolutely right. Excellent answer. So what happened that he thought that he has come to know when one of the, you can say, attendant in the zoo, he has informed him that his Timothy was dead 2 months ago, but it is some other tiger with whom he had a meeting, and he is very bad tempered in nature. This really shocked grandfather because Timothy was enjoying with grandfather a lot as if it was his own tiger. So, okay, finally, by listening to this, you can say false statement made by one of the zookeeper, the grandfather felt really annoyed as well as surprised, and he has also given an angry look to that, you can say, zookeeper. So clear these answers? Very good. I'm really, you can say, impressed by the answers given by 7th B class also. Very good students. Keep it up. You are really very good children. And now, like very good children, what you will do, you will write down these answers in your fair notebooks. And then finally, after writing these answers, you will submit it to your subject teacher. Okay, so this is all for today that we have done, and 7th C class also. In the next class, we will have a grammar class. Okay, next we will have a grammar class. On that day, as we have done prepositions or conjunctions, we have done prepositions, right? So we will have the practice of those exercises. You will bring your grammar books to the class, and then afterwards we will continue towards other topics, right? So that's all for today.